Elon Musk. Visionary, entrepreneur, or just a crazy old man? Regardless of what he may be, he has some great ideas. Whatever he touches, people go crazy over it. Whether it's PayPal, Tesla, and SpaceX, or his less-known projects like Hyperloop, Solar City, or The Boring Company. His ideas are typically revolutionary. So what's up with his latest venture, Neuralink? And some are wondering, is he really creating Cybermen to battle AI? So what is Neuralink? Founded in 2016 by Elon Musk and others, Neuralink was established to develop technology that can interface the human brain with machines. Headquartered in San Francisco, the company has been pretty secretive about what they've been working on. Only with the recent keynote have we been given a glimpse into their vision for the future, and it's mind-blowing. Their immediate goal is to implant devices into the brains of disabled people, allowing them to control phones, tablets, computers, and other electronic gadgets, things so many of us take for granted. Musk believes such a technology could help pave the way for a symbiosis with artificial intelligence, giving people the option to merge with AI. These devices, called brain-machine interfaces, or BMIs, have already existed for some time and are used for a wide variety of medical interfaces. In fact, in 2006, Matthew Nagel, who was paralyzed from the shoulders down, was able to play a game of Pong, thanks to a BMI implant. Another type of BMI you may have heard of are cochlear implants, used to restore hearing, or retinal implants used to restore partial sight to the blind. One of the leading BMI technologies out there is the Utah Array. It has been in development for the last 20 years and consists of 100 microscopic electrodes that interface with the brain's neurons. The Utah Array and other BMIs work by recording and reproducing electrical spikes in the brain and spinal cord. These locations are where the neurons of the nervous system live. Any thought or action taken by a person causes a change or spike in electricity at various regions in the nervous system. By recording and stimulating these locations with electricity, we can restore motor control for paralyzed patients and enable communication for locked-in patients with brain injuries that prevent them from communicating verbally or physically. The issue is that these current BMIs are not cheap, accessible, or even work all that well. This is where Neuralink comes in. They want to create better and cheaper implants. To do this, Neuralink has developed flexible threads. These fibers are thinner than human hair, ranging between 4 to 6 micrometers in diameter. These flexible threads can connect to your brain and transfer large amounts of data. In a paper published by Neuralink, they mentioned that a brain-machine interface utilizing these new threads could include as many as over 3,000 electrodes distributed over 96 threads. Though the initial commercial version presented in the keynote would be limited to 1,000 electrodes over 10 threads. Interfacing with the brain is typically extremely challenging, as our brains actually move around in our skulls. Previous BMIs such as BrainGate could not account for this movement and would carry the risk of brain damage. Neuralink is able to solve this issue thanks to its thin fibers, but this in turn makes implanting the electrodes even harder. To solve this, Neuralink has designed a neurological robot used to connect these threads to a person's brain, making the process as simple and automated as an everyday LASIK procedure. Each electrode would be implanted one by the machine using a 24-micron needle that is incredibly thin. You wouldn't even notice it happening. All this with no shaving, no anesthesia, and definitely no hospital stay. The final link in the Neuralink's chain of advancements is a chip that connects with the threads and in turn the electrodes. The chip is designed to better read, clean up, and amplify signals from the brain. Currently, the chip uses a wired USB connection, but eventually you would be able to interface the chip wirelessly. Musk described it as, it's basically Bluetoothed to your phone. As per the president of Neuralink, Max Hodak, The initial product, called the N1 sensor, will be designed to be embedded inside a human body and transmit its data wirelessly. To do this, it would sacrifice some ability to read some neurons. Neuralink intends to implant 4 of these sensors, 3 in motor areas and 1 in a sense-related area. The battery would be mounted behind the ear, supplying power to the chip wirelessly. A phone app would be used to control the entire system. Hodak mentioned that learning to use the BMI system would be like learning how to use an arm for the first time. Neuralink is currently testing their system on rats to ensure stability. Why rats? That's because their genetic, biological, and their behavioral characteristics closely resemble those of humans, and many symptoms of human conditions can be replicated in mice and rats. Hodak and his team are targeting to start human trials next year, provided they are able to receive FDA approval. Once approved, they plan to start with people who suffer from full-body paralysis due to spinal injuries, with the initial product being fully wireless and usable at home. All this sounds very sciencey and futuristic, but what can you actually accomplish with Neuralink? How will human beings of tomorrow with access to technology differ from today's? Is this the first step towards turning humans into cyborgs and cybermen? To be able to answer this, another question needs to be answered first. What is a cyborg? Cyborgs, or cybernetic organisms, are basically humans with technological parts. In a conference in 2006, Elon Musk claimed that we were already cyborgs due to our usage of smartphones and PCs, but we are limited by the speed of our hands and eyes when accessing these cyborg-like accessories. What is needed is a faster interface to our brain, and this is what Neuralink is. Neuralink would broaden the information highways in and out of our brains. While it would not hasten the speed of out thoughts, it would still eliminate the latency before the action is taken. You get a new message on your phone? No need to take it out, unlock it, and then read it. It will be delivered straight to your brain. If Neuralink is able to deliver on its vision of the future, one day we will be able to achieve telepathic communications with each other and even our possessions. Now let's talk about the AI of all of this. A major concern for the future is that artificial intelligence is advancing at an alarming rate, and it is not hard to see a time where humans serve the AI instead of the other way around. Just look at all the science fiction movies being made on the topic. It might happen one day that these movies aren't just fictitious stories anymore. Musk has said previously that we would be so far below them in intelligence that we would be like a pet, like a house cat. If we are lucky, that is. An AI wouldn't appreciate a master that is too slow to talk to. It would just go out on its own due to being vastly more intelligent than us. The more different we are from the AI, the more likely it is to turn on us. Then what can we do? The solution is simple. As they say, if you can't beat them, join them. That is, achieve a symbiosis with artificial intelligence. Letting an AI into your mind with a high bandwidth, Neuralink would solve most of the issues we mentioned previously. The idea is that human-AI integration will help in propagating the human race further, but concerns have been raised about the security of the human brain. A more technological brain will open up to cyber attacks. People worry about malware and biohacking becoming major issues in the future. That would be a problem that will most likely be addressed eventually, as further progress is made in the field of BMIs. All what Neuralink is promising is still pretty far off, so why did they reveal their hand this early? The answer is for recruitment. Neuralink came from a long history of academic research, like deep brain stimulation, cochlear implants, the Utah Array, and neurostimulation for epilepsy. The company needs talented people in multiple areas, like security, robotics, and more to be able to take this work further. So for now, you can rest easy. It will be quite some time before you are required to hook up to a Neuralink to use the latest iPhone or play a video game, and even longer where you'll be linking an artificial intelligence directly to your brain. Thanks for watching this episode of TechMux. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell button to keep getting more of our informative content and help us save for the upcoming cyborg revolution.